I know that there are many of us that have a challenge with self-esteem, and it is challenging for us to maintain confidence. So I want to encourage you today to fill up your self-esteem jar, all right? An alternative is to write things down that you've accomplished and separate the pieces of paper, right? Meaning, write it down, find yourself a jar, or a container, all right, to put it in. Write down at least 5 or 10 things a day that you can put into your self-esteem jar. Now, make sure that the container that you use is visible, all right? Mine is not quite visible. However, because I've exercised what I'm speaking about and I've experienced it, I've already done it in a transparent jar where I could see that the jar is filling up, all right? Now, what you're doing for yourself is you're training your subconscious to rebuild your confidence and rebuild your self-esteem, all right? Once you've written it down, you put it in a visible location, all right? Ensure that the jar or the container that you use is placed in a visible location. So I work at a desk and I put it on my desk, all right? When I began with a glass bottle and I made sure that the bottle was filled up. And now I use a container that's not very transparent. So once you've done this, you've put it on maybe your desk or next to your bed, the side where you wake up. The second thing to do is to select a container that you actually like. Choose a design that you're fond of, and it's all about you and your self-esteem, all right? Anything that makes you feel good or look good, all right? Make sure that it's transparent so that you can see it fill up. So you write down a compliment each and every day to yourself and you put it in the jar, all right? The third thing is positive naming. You give the name a jar. You give the jar a name, sorry. You give the jar a name. And for an example, you call it my self-esteem jar or declaration of love to myself, right? And the fourth thing is to write your accomplishments. Write your accomplishments on paper, for instance. Use different colors and make sure that the jar fills up. Something pleasant, something that is pleasing to your eye, all right? And one of the things that you can use is origami paper, all right? You write it down with your favorite color, your pen, that's a different color, and you acknowledge your multiple accomplishments, all right? It's also a great thing to keep a journal of all of this so you increase your confidence because you read through it each and every day. You write down a compliment every day for yourself. You're beautiful. Somebody compliments you in the street, or your colleague compliments the shoes that you were wearing, or perhaps you look beautiful because you did a different hairstyle. You write it down and you put it in the jar, all right?